by the way, you want to try his whiskey? And we were like, I didn't even know you had a whiskey at the time. I was like, dude, hell yeah, like pour us up. Tell us about that, like the whole whiskey thing. How'd that happen? Like, did you guys reach out to like a distillery to like make a batch for you there, or did you just kind of like? Because from what I understand, some people will also just have a distillery put their sticker on a bottle type thing.
Yeah, so we've actually done it 3 times now. And the first time, you learn a lot.
Of course.
And the liquor space is brutal. Like,
I
wouldn't. Basically, what happened was in the very beginning of our whole like content journey.
Yeah.
The engagement was already good, but we had no clue like what our value actually was, and we ended up using a bottle of, it was Burning Chair bourbon at the time, which a guy named Dave Finney owns the brand, who sold it. He sold his old wine company to Gallo, $100 million or whatever the fuck. Damn. So kid reached out to us and was like, my dad used my dad's bourbon. He wanted to thank you. And I was like, oh, some like mom and pop bourbon guy wanted to reach out. And then I researched who it was, and I was like, this is insane. Can we do some sort of collaboration? And in the beginning, I think he didn't realize the reach that we had. He's like, yeah, sure, we'll pay you $5 or whatever it was for a bottle. We'll slap like your little label on a couple barrels that we have lying around and see how much we sell. And we ended up crushing them. We sold like 6 barrels, which was like 1,200 bottles. It was like quick. Even that was like a process where we made them way more money than we made ourselves type of thing. So we did it again with a different distillery. We did like an unlimited, it was like a limited, I think it was like 140 bottles, but like a more expensive bottle. We sold those out. And then we did a third one, which is the one you guys tried, which was like 8 barrels. Did it with a distillery down in Sourland, New Jersey. And yeah, it was a cool process. It was like one of those things where we realized we were a little bit too big for the people we were working with. And not bad guys at all. So it was just like, when it came down to bottles, right? Like they just couldn't source enough bottles for it to make sense financially for us to sell it, and then for us to take our vig, and then them to sell it at a price that makes sense. It was a lot, and especially now, like liquor sales at a whole are tanked. Like people don't
people don't drink anymore, man. Like that's like
like
the dry January. Are you doing that? Did you do that this month or no?
No, I did not do that. But people do dry years. You know, I mean, they sit around and smoke. And for us, like, or what I've noticed now, even go to Hoboken, you're paying $10 for a beer. Like nobody's drinking as much as they once did. It's the craziest thing in the world. So yeah, it's different. Like if I were to invest in anything in the space, I would invest either like my brand or financially into like the non-alc space.